Welcome back to Minions and Misfits.
We're all here, and I'm not sick anymore.
The family is whole once again.
Wow. It's not in the conventional sense.
Well, yeah, I've got mental illness, but that's a separate issue. Ooh, I've got meds for that.
See, I was taking it like
That's
5
great.
feet deep, and you took it like all the way to the bottom.
Well, that's because I live with
On
it.
weed doesn't count as an illness, Dylan.
I don't think there's a medicine for that,
No, not for that.
but we support responsible medication for mental illness.
Yeah.
I mean, there is a medication for it. It's called MDMA. It's
Oh.
Not legal in the United States, but Australia just made it legal.
Hey, what's
I
up,
find-
Australia? Australia don't care about nothing.
Everything is legal in
constantly-
Australia.
Everything's trying to
you
kill
had-
you. You got to deal with what you
Yeah.
got to deal with.
If we had the amount of venomous animals they did, I
Yeah,
think a
I'd
lot more
legalize
would
pretty
be
much
legal here.
everything.
Yeah. So
On
welcome
that
to
note,
our
Yeah, what an opening.
new podcast about Australia.
Yeah, new
Australian
podcast.
mental illness called Gnome, mate.
Wow.
Sorry.
Good thing we don't have any Australian listeners.
Do we?
We
I don't
won't
think we
after
do.
this.
I know.
I don't think we had
Oh.
any.
Should we restart?
No, I love it. Let's keep going.
Yeah, keep it in. It's
All
yes,
right.
Always a
and
mess of a
Sam.
podcast.
Oh, man. Oh, okay.
I'm gonna
So,
move over and cause mischief.
returning into the summery wonderland that is the Maywild, or not? Yeah, it's got me saying.
Is it Maywild or Maywood?
It's Maywood.
It's Maywood.
Okay.
It's definitely the Maywood.
Does the
Maywood
Maywood exist in the Maywild?
No,
Oh,
the Maywild is this weird German thing. I shouldn't say that. I love our German listeners.
yeah, this is-
I don't actually know
Sam
what the
thinks
Maywild
you're
is.
weird.
That's like a fan fiction version of what I'm doing, which is also a fan fiction version of Into the Garden Wall.
yeah, here we are.
Into the
Into the garden. Wow,
Which
you're
is an
struggling.
incorrect-
Are you sure you want to
which is
DM today, buddy?
Straight in.
Which is an incorrectly referenced.
Three different
over the
things.
original.
Oh no! I just I want to restart.
No,
Okay.
no, this is great.
We lost all of our listeners just now.
They're all gone. Here we go.
I
Let's
know.
make this
Okay.
podcast for us. Here we go.
All right. So, as we return to the foggy, grimy,
I thought you said
Maywood.
we were in a summer wonderland.
I mean, but if
But
it's
now
a
we're at
summer
a
wonderland,
sketchy
it's gonna
hut,
be
a
pretty
mysterious-
foggy and grimy.
Oh.
That's summer, dude.
Are we in Seattle?
No,
If
it's
you're
in the
on
this
the
is in
side
the
of
type
a
of
body of
environment
water.
where if you're wearing glasses and you walk outside, they're instantly fogged up.
Oh, we're in Arkansas. Got it. Okay.
No, we're like in literally anywhere where it's summer.
We're in
And
Georgia.
So, also North Carolina. That
They
being
both got
said,
swamps.
yeah. As you go down the May Stream, you've arrived at kind of a small township that I believe Muffins would have identified as the town of Mayfield. And you've rode up on Les the Catfish, which
How's Les doing?
he's in the water now because you guys said bye because he just wants his doll.
I gave
Yeah.
him my bandana so that he would know we are friends, to act
Yeah.
as a promise of our bond.
It's true. We're giving him an
buddies.
action figure, right?
We're giving him the coolest doll. I imagine it's a dragon, a princess, and a knight, so that
As
it
a
can breathe
chimera.
fire, have great hair, and a sword. I think those
It's
are
one
all
of
things he
those-
requested.
We'll just stitch
It's
him
one of
together.
those. It's one of those original Boba Fett action figures that
Oh my
shot the
gosh.
missile that got
Yes.
taken off the market because it hurt too many kids.
But it'll still be in the packaging, so it's okay.
And you've
we're at a
arrived at kind of a
spooky house.
half-sunken long house, and you've just picked the
that's
lock
right.
by smashing a small toy against it.
Hi, I'm that toy.
And the heavy metal door swings open with a big creak, and you're hit with a rush of wind.
And we decided I do have a permanent dent from that. Is that correct?
Yeah, you dented.
You done dented.
And the first thing you see is a large, hanging red blob.
Man, that could have gone so many directions. I was waiting for every next word of that. Large hanging red blob. Okay. It's a balloon, isn't it?
Did somebody try to make pizza in here?
It's like suspended from the ceiling, and it's not circular like any balloon you've ever seen.
It's suspended from the ceiling in the middle of the room.
This one is like right in front of you, like probably about a
Like, it
foot
was-
inside the door. You can't quite see
Okay.
beyond it.
Hey, Puddles.
Yes.
Have you seen anything like this before?
No.
Nothing? Okay, well, Muffin, you're well traveled, right?
I'm trying to look at my special moves to see if I've got something to help, but I deleted that image off my phone.
Oh no, that seems like a take a
No.
gander if I had to guess.
Who's got the smarts in our group? I don't think it's Muffin.
None of us have
Yeah.
smarts.
It is.
I have a-
Oh my gosh! I got +1 to Noodle.
Yeah, no, I think
have
you are the
+1 to
smartest of
noodle
us.
as well.
Okay,
Okay, I'm the
may
dumb one.
I take a
Hashtag
gander
noodle check.
at this blab?
Do it.
I should get my dice.
I
out.
have mush. That's what I'm good at.
Yeah, and then our turtle is our steam one. Just not too steamed. We don't want turtle soup.
No, I just have +1 to noodle.
You guys, I got a 5 and a 6 +1, so
Wow.
12.
Sweet.
So
So
you get to pick 2.
yeah, you get to pick 2. So what 2 do you want to pick? As a
Well, I'm
reminder to our
realizing-
listener, when you roll at above a certain number
It's like a Powered by the Apocalypse system, right? Or what
yeah,
is
it's Babes in the
yeah.
Woods. When there's like a half success where you get to pick one of the good results, and then she got a tremendous success, which was kind of double the results. So yeah, pick out a good result.
Could you remind me what they are while I try to find my document that I should have had opened ages ago? Haha.
Of course, yeah. So this is take a gander, and so on a 6 or below, nothing good happens. On a 7 to 9, you can choose one of these. You infer something important about the folks who live in the area. The narrator says what it is. Number 2, you notice an item that piques your interest. You describe what it is, and the narrator describes how it is not quite in reach. Number 3, you see someone you could help or that could help you. And number 4, you notice that something dangerous that would be wise to avoid. And you rolled above a 10, which means you get to pick 2 of those.
Nice. I think I would like to know what this is, for sure. And then
I'm gonna give you that first option then. So number 1, I will tell you. Your character infers something important about the folks who live in the area, and I will tell you what that is as soon as you tell me the second thing you want to know.
Ooh.
okay. I think I have the PDF so I can actually read the things. Could you just repeat them to me one more time?
Yeah, this is on page 14 if you need it.
Fantastic.
16 of the PDF.
Oh yeah, it's 14 of the actual document, but I don't know what it is on the PDF. You
It's
infer
16.
something
Got it.
important about the folks who live in the area. You notice an item that piques your interest. You see someone that could help you, or that could help, or that could help you. You see someone that you could help or could help you. Or number 4, you notice something dangerous that you would be wise to avoid.
Okay. So we're finding out about the item. And then I would like to learn something about the folks in the area. Find out what we're dealing with in the town of Mayfield. Are they ice cream people?
You know
Or the
what?
frozen yogurt people.
Those are both covered in number 1. So if you want to pick another option, you're free to.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay. So that's what I'm. Okay.
Dangerous
okay.
is helpful,
Then-
right?
Actually, wait. No, you're right. I'm sorry. The first 2, really, that is the first 2. So that
Yeah,
I'm describing the item.
1 and 2.
Yeah, so the item is a little bit bizarre to you, but you've seen them before. It's actually a large, like, hunk of meat suspended from the ceiling that's been frozen.
Like a half cow?
Like a half cow.
Man.
Like something that Rocky would punch.
Is it disturbing to us, or is it what how does this affect us?
I do not believe that Muffin would be disturbed. I don't know that Jake would know what it is in order to be disturbed.
Yeah, I think that's
And then-
more where I'm
Puddles, if he knows what it is, may possibly be disturbed, but it's not like it's leaking and smelly. It's like frozen.
Okay.
And so it's not really that disturbing.
Muffin?
Esther wouldn't comprehend of what it is. So I won't make any of you guys make mush checks or whatever to overcome your fear of a large hunk of meat.
Yeah, it's not a slaughterhouse. It's
No.
it's a
One
it's a
frozen
big,
carcass.
It's a walk-in freezer. So Muffin's
How's
gonna
our
like rub
turtle
her
then?
arms, and she's gonna say, "Brr, it's like a meat locker in here."
It
And
is,
she looks
in
up at it
fact-
and says, "I think it actually is a locker of meat."
It is in fact a meat
I
locker
now understand
because
what this
you
phrase
infer,
means.
you infer, continuing on from your successful gander check, you know that this is where a large amount of the town's food and specifically meat is stored. It's normally pretty guarded, but it's not a place that a lot of people are inside because it's pretty carefully tallied or
Man, we're just gonna cause all sorts of infection risks here, aren't we?
maybe.
Yes.
But you do know that this is somewhere where if you wanted to hide, no one would be looking for you.
Cool. Good to know. Hey, Puddles, you doing okay with this cold, buddy?
I feel like you're all.
I'm
poking
not
at it.
really dressed for this.
Says the turtle in the Hawaiian shirt. In all fairness, to the Jack in the Box in a swimsuit and the baby in a pretty wet jumper at this point, and
I
then
don't
the
feel
little
cold.
girl. What?
I don't feel cold.
That's fair. You don't feel anything.
Nope. Except for love.
He's
Aww. I only feel love.
Muffin is going to shut the door and say, I think the people of this town are carnivals.
Carnivals?
Yeah, it's
only eat
people
clowns?
that eat. Oh my gosh, they only eat the meat of clowns. That's
You better
good
watch out
because
then, 'cause I'm pretty
I
cool.
heard
I look kind
clowns.
of similar to a clown.
You look more like a swimsuit man.
What does that mean?
It's a man wearing a swimsuit.
Oh, okay. When
Yeah,
you put it like that.
yeah. So as long as you're not a clown, I think we'll be okay.
You want to take down my jester hat real quick?
I just imagine he's
I think
just
you
got
prob-
like plastic slicked back like 50s hair
Oh my gosh.
on his head.
You can probably just take it off. I feel like, when we sell this product to Walmart, it's definitely going to be glued on, but you're like an old-fashioned
Okay,
Jack
yeah,
in the
I'll
Box,
just
so it's like,
remove the jester hat. What's
yeah, it's like buttoned
underneath?
down or something. I like the black slick back hair.
Okay.
Like just a
I,
very
little
circular
Pee Wee
head.
Herman, like
Yeah, definitely.
With like sunglasses that are attached.
yeah, they can like go up and down. Yeah,
Yes.
mhm. Perfect.
Fantastic.
You stuff it down inside your box.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
Where?
That's really gonna bring up our manufacturing costs when we merchandise.
Yeah,
this
I know,
bad
it's gonna be
boy.
tough.
The key is that on all of our lower cost items, it won't be removable, but on our Black Series, it will be.
Yeah, we'll have a collector's edition.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
kind of like Woody's hat. Like in the higher,
Oh my gosh.
yeah, the more expensive ones it comes off, but in the cheap ones it just stays.
That's
You know,
very
you don't
true.
want you don't want it to be a choking hazard. You know.
That's true.
Valid. All right.
Choke all the little esters of the world.
So this town, though.
Yeah, Muffin's gonna say, I don't think we're gonna find any people in there because that's where they store their food.
Isn't that where we are currently?
In their food?
No, we're in the
Place?
meat house, aren't we?
I just
No,
closed the
she
door
closed the
while we were
door.
outside.
Oh, we left.
I just went,
okay.
meh.
So you're kind of on what would normally be a back porch, but instead of
Cool.
kind of falling onto land, it just sinks into the river. So in order to really get anywhere else, you'd have to wade through to the other side or get less to take you to another area. Or you could go through this meat locker area after having ridden on a wet catfish.
Well, the easiest way to not have to get all wet or bother Les again would be to walk through the meat locker.
That's fine with me. I like some meat.
It's real cold.
Do you
So-
just want to hold Puddles in your, like, I don't know, like in your armpit? Keep them warm?
Yeah.
I think I'll just swim around to the other side.
Oh, yeah, you
yeah,
can just
'cause
do
you're a
that.
turtle.
That's right.
Yeah. Come on,
I
Esther.
appreciate the thought, though.
All right, we'll meet you over there, buddy.
We're gonna start going through the meat locker.
All right.
I feel like almost should have a montage like the perfume aisle in SpongeBob, you know?
I know.
We're just
meat
dodging
juice.
swinging meat.
So when you look inside, you see that it's basically the dimensions of like a trailer home, where it's just a long rectangular house, but just lined with different types of meats. You see a few like places where veggies could be stored, but it's primarily like a meat locker. The floor is relatively icy, and you see kind of on if you're entering on the long side, the other door out is actually not that far away on the other long side.
Cool.
So you're not passing through long ways; you're passing through the width of it.
Hey, Muffin.
Yeah.
Can you slide me across the ice? Just like throw me. I want to slide.
That'd be so fun. Is there a broom around?
No, there's not. Unfortunately.
Oh, you're supposed to yes and this. Come on.
Is there a stick outside?
Oh yeah, for sure. Please keep doing that inside when we're storing food.
I'm gonna go get a stick. and I'm gonna brush off like any little twigs and moss and stuff, and I'm gonna come back in, and I'm gonna say, "This is what they call hockey." And I'm
hold
gonna
up.
smack him.
Whap!
So before you do that, small cut scene in between, before you do that, you're kind of like ripping like the little moldy, like mossy
Like
parts off the stick, because those are always
Yeah.
nasty, and no kid like to play with that with a stick with that on it. And you see a like, kind of a plump black ant on the stick, kind of just gawking at you.
Snack.
Jake does not notice it, and I don't think Esther's really paying attention either.
When I see it, I'm gonna stare at it for a moment, and it looks at me, and I look at it, and it looks at me. Is that meme dead? And then I'm just gonna go, pew!
And it kind of flies off as an ant normally does.
Bye.
And I'm gonna
And
watch
as
it
you-
go.
As you do that, the hair on the back of your neck kind of stands up a little bit, but then you continue on to show him how hockey works.
This is how hockey works. You want to get a love or a birdie. 4! Which means you want to smack all the walls you can smack.
Do you hit the same dent, or do you hit me somewhere else?
Both of you roll steam.
Or do you want me to brace myself?
Yeah, do that. Brace yourself. Steam.
Should
and
I go ahead and
brace.
roll steam?
Yeah.
-1. That's
Okay, I got plus steam, or what is? That's plus
That's
noodle. Okay,
Yeah,
so
it's
I got
plus
10
noodle.
exactly.
Okay. What'd you get, Muffin?
4.
Mm.
Very fitting.
Okay. So you hit it, and
It.
for anyone who's ever hit a golf ball, having never really played golf, you may know this feeling of you think your swing is solid, and then the object just goes in a weirdly vertical direction from where you were aiming, and you end up going down the long end of the
Oh
of
no!
the pill
Bye.
under all the meats, or like bouncing occasionally off a meat or two.
Just like a fixed angle, and you just see me go zoom underneath the meat.
Yeah. So you're now kind of in between. You're stuck with a forest of meat in between you and your friends.
Okay, good. That's a terrifying image.
I'm going to try to slip and slide my way over there. Doing
Make a steam
very-
roll.
Bambi
Aren't you
levels
glad you
of,
went around?
Yes.
You could have been the hockey puck. You guys.
Are you just rolling terribly today?
I rolled a 1 and a 2. I used my 2 good rolls at the
gosh.
stars.
You are like, this is bad.
Yeah.
Oh,
You're-
also I have a -1 in case going from 3 to 2 makes a difference.
Doesn't help. But I will say you do gain 1 experience for both of those recent failures.
Tight.
So,
I need to use
1
my
for each.
experience.
Oh, that's right. Experience is good.
And you fall down like straight in your face as you're trying to skate across this meat-loaded building, and the floor is a little bit slippery, and there's kind of frost everywhere, and you're not used to that because you're living in a summery wonderland. And so you kind of like go face first into a big old hunk of meat, and then fall back, and then try to balance yourself, and then you fall frontwards right on your face, and you take 1 harm.
Oh.
Rip.
I
As,
imagine
as Esther just kind of like slides past you, giggling.
she's just on her back, like playing with her toes.
Yeah.
As we watch Muffin like smack forward into meat, backward into meat, and forward onto her face.
You good over there?
Her head comes up, and there's a little drop of blood from her nose,
Oh no, your
and her
life
face
juice.
scrunches up.
I'm gonna go console her.
And she starts to cry.
As you think about that, Jake, you turn around just to see what the other part of the building looks like, and you see kind of small white string adorning one of the corners, upper corners of one of the of the building.
I like
and
some
you
white
see a
string.
small black figure with 8 legs begin to
Oh, a little spider.
little spider begins to propel itself down towards you.
Well,
with
let
a-
me console her before she sees that from this first trauma, before the second trauma gets here.
All right, you are trying to kind of get away from the spider, and to your friend, who is again,
Do you want me to scoot away first?
yes,
Okay, let me scoot away. Roll
Scoot.
plus steam,
Scoot, scoot.
which I have a -1 in. So that's
Yeehaw.
going to be double 6 -1, 11. Wow.
Ah.
you get away
Nice.
safely.
I get
Yeah,
away.
you managed to escape the spider,
Now
and
let's
now
see if
you
I
are
can
making your way
actually
through.
console her.
Well, careful, because you have to make way. You have to make your way through the meat forest, which is my new favorite term.
Ooh, the meat forest.
Making my way through the meat forest.
Making my way through the
Sliding
meat forest.
fast.
Wee.
Bacon, past, and homebound.
What kind of roll would that be to get through the meat forest?
I'll just say steam, because you're just trying to
Just straight steam.
yeah.
Okay.
Unless you just want to run through and do brace.
No, that's gonna be an 8.
An 8. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll say.
That's what they call a mixed success, right?
It is exactly a mixed success.
A fun kind of success.
Yeah, a narratively interesting success is what that is.
Let me see. Oh, here's what I'll do. Okay. You are slowly but steadily backing your way through all these different meats, and it's kind of jarring. You're seeing new animals, but also killed animals. Like,
Yeah.
oh, I never knew what a cow was. Oh, now I know.
Oh.
I didn't know what a horse was. Oh, now I know.
That's a skinless one.
And then you feel something bump against the back of your head as you're backing up, and you turn around, and it's just a skinless snake with
Oh
its
no,
fangs exposed
that's my
to you.
fear.
Yeah. So take 1 fear
Yeah.
as you kind of let out a little bit of a yelp. But then regain your composure. It's not terrible. You don't take a harm from it, but you are
I'm
rather
thoroughly
frazzled.
spooked.
You can gain fear? I thought you only gained harm from your fears.
No, you get fear too.
Am I mistaken? Whoa.
Yeah, there's a little fear tracker
Yeah,
on the
you have
bottom
3
there.
harm. You have 5 fear.
Until you mentally break.
Mentally break by a meat snake.
Wow.
But you make your way to Muffin.
Muffin, don't go to the left. But for now, and I look up and see the spider still coming down. I'm like, for now, I'm sorry you hurt your nose. We'll get it all cleaned up. I'm sure Puddles knows how to fix some of that. So let's go find Fred.
What
and
does
we'll
this look
be
like?
all right. I am like just patting her leg as I'm like talking to her here, and like also like where every now and then just looking up at the spider, trying to make sure it doesn't get down before I can console her.
She's still like on her stomach, splayed out on the
Okay, I'm
icy
patting your
ground.
head
So I
then, if
imagine,
that's the case.
pat the
Yeah,
little head.
mhm.
Like with eyes full of tears that you're trying to not let run loose.
No, she's definitely like full bawling. I just
I just
figured
let them
that wouldn't
absorb
be
into my felt.
enjoyable for me to start bawling.
Yeah, I just let the tears fully absorb into my felt.
And
Oh.
before
Off there.
before we roll the console, you kind of stare up to see where Esther's at, and she's kind of clinging at the door, and you see there's kind of like a what are those circular windows on ships called?
Porthole.
Porthole.
Yeah, there's like a porthole looking window in the door, and you see kind of a large figure of a head, not
Uh-oh.
looking in, but looking away from the door.
Yeah, Esther. Esther.
Which brings us over to our friend Puddles, who safely makes his way across.
Yeah, he had a great time.
Yeah, but you do see, there are people walking around in the town, and you see a lot of cookie cutter type homes that all look pretty similar to themselves. And you see an adult or two meandering in a summer dress or kind of neatly pressed pants. But standing at the other door that you were expecting your friends to come out of, you see kind of a man dressed in pressed white pants and kind of button-up white shirt with a little captain's hat, kind of standing in front of the door as to block anyone from getting in or out.
Well,
And you kind of look down, and you notice he's also kind of playing Sudoku or crossword, deadly crossword. You realize that if this guy remains there, your friends may be spotted.
Oh no.
well, Puddles knows how to do one thing really well, and that's how to bite things.
Oh no.
Yeah.
So it's time to provide a distraction.
Let's go.
What kind
Puddles.
of shoes is he wearing?
They're like
Are they open toe by any chance?
No, they're
Not
not.
with pressed pants and a nice
Do you guys?
shirt
but they're
like
not-
that.
Have you guys ever seen Andy Griffith, the Andy Griffith
Oh
show?
yeah, absolutely. Grew up on
They're
that.
the type of
once or
shoes
twice.
you would imagine Floyd the Barber wearing.
Ah, okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
so not really
So-
biteable. Being that you could probably
Okay.
bite them, but like they're not.
I mean, you can get an ankle.
Wouldn't really get through them.
Yeah.
But it would distract
Okay.
him for sure. Be enough.
Well, shin it is.
Achilles tendon it is.
Straight for
alright.
the bone.
Roll
Puddle's
a.
not.
Sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, you go ahead.
Roll a cause mischief because this is kind of the definition of causing mischief.
Okay, is that a
Welcome.
noodle?
To minions and misfits. Minions and mischiefs, more like.
You're fired.
Cause mischief.
Oh,
Cool.
it's
I
been
got
nice,
plus
guys.
one to
Bye.
noodle. Oh no, it's plus steam. That's weird.
Aces of
I got a
physical.
9.
Ooh, something goes awry.
What could it be, I wonder.
You bite down on this guy's shin, and inside the meat house, you guys hear kind of a yelp come from outside the door. But you don't have time to think about that because you're consoling your friend.
Yeah.
All right, roll console.
Roll console. So that
D-Lo.
is plus friendship. Okay, so that'll be plus
Which I
one.
believe. Oh, you have plus one. Okay, sweet.
Yeah.
I thought we were starting at
Wait.
0.
I was gonna say yeah. You have
I
plus
gained
one
a
with
friendship from
puddles.
them.
You gained a friendship with Puddles, I think.
I have one marked
Yeah.
on Puddle, I have one marked on Muffin, and I have one marked on Esther.
I
Oh,
only
no,
have
it's-
one marked on Les.
It's one. When I told you to bump it up,
Mm-hmm.
that was just for puddles.
Just Puddle. Okay, got it. Unmark.
Yeah.
So maybe we can get a friendship level.
Okay.
Right here,
Muffins
right
is
now.
not your friend.
Okay, sorry. I'm gonna roll
She's
plus
a
zero.
work
Lux.
acquaintance.
So that's a 7.
Ooh. Choose one. You can either. You both feel a bit better. You can both gain one wish, mark one experience point.
I want
or,
the friendship.
or that one.
Give
or,
me the
Yeah.
friendship.
So this is interesting. The character
Show
you
me the
help
friendship.
gains one friendship towards you, which means that you don't mark it down, but they do.
Gosh dang it.
Oh.
She's your friend, but you're not hers.
Ooh, that's very realistic, though. Like those friends that
Yeah, yeah.
are more like you're their friend, you can't really rely on them
Yeah,
yet.
yeah.
It might change.
Healthy.
Sometimes that other friend just hits you across the room with a hockey stick.
Oof. And makes you go through a meat forest.
Yeah, you know. Sometimes it be like that.
It do.
That being said, you're now free to make your way across the room, and you see some commotion happening outside.
Yeah,
the
I'm
guy is
sliding
still-
to help Esther as fast as I can.
I imagine, like, Muffin, her nose has been bleeding. Would Jake, like, offer his little detachable hat?
Nah,
That's
he's
something-
very attached to the hat.
Very attached
not
to the hat?
Not like literally, but yeah.
Emotionally.
Yeah.
As previously established,
Yeah.
not literally.
She just stares at you, waiting for you to offer her something.
It is a jester's hat, though. Is it red?
It is red.
Part of it's red, yeah. Just only wipe it on the red part, and I hand it over.
She just sticks it inside her nose. Just,
Yeah.
Oh no!
It's just like rolls it up and stuff. Like
Then she's gonna, like, crawl hands and knees towards the door and say, "Let's not play on the ice anymore."
Okay. You don't have to hit me either.
Okay. I thought you'd have fun.
I
I'm
did, and then I
sorry.
went through a meat forest, and that was less fun.
I don't like meat forests.
There's a
Let's
snake.
become vegans.
What's a vegan?
It's where you don't eat animals except for bacon and all the meat that you want to eat.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Pan back to Puddles the turtle, who is currently in the hands of this gentleman who is freaking out and rather apoplectic. A turtle bit my feet! And he's kind of just shaking you, like not quite sure what to do. He's also a little bit odded out that you're wearing a Hawaiian shirt.
Why is he so dapper?
Why?
Do you want to try talking to him, see if that freaks him out more? Maybe he'll just go into a state of shock.
Yeah, I'm thinking of that, but I'm also just thinking of using my special play possum move.
Oh, yeah, that'd be
Ooh,
good here.
yeah.
Yeah, I think I'll try that. So he just thinks I'm a regular turtle.
So you just play dead.
No, I'm not playing dead, but I am like doing the sort of Warner Brothers frog thing, where I just sort of like have a 1,000-yard stare in my eyes, just
Nothing,
sort of like
nothing behind your eyes. Yeah.
just like blink my eyes one at a time, like in a character in a cartoon.
Can we,
Do you roll
because
for
of this
that, or is
distraction,
that just instantly?
I think it's just
Yeah, it's a
special
roll
ability.
plus noodle. I got a 10.
Okay, yeah.
On a 10, you are ignored or perceived as uninteresting.
since this man is distracted, can we slip out of the door behind him?
What if we slam the door open real hard?
That would probably be more what they would
That
do.
might-
That's true.
That might cause him to drop me, which is desirable.
You can, both of you make a scoot away attempt at disadvantage. So roll 3, take the lowest 2.
We're not trying to escape though.
No, but you're trying to. I imagine scooting away without being seen.
Okay.
Scoot away. Would that be steam?
It's steam, yeah.
Then we got a 6 over here.
I've got a 5 over here.
Woo.
Oof.
So the door slams and hits him. And he's
Ah!
mad at us now.
He kind of stares at you, and you guys see this guy with, as I described, kind of skinny with, a vein popping on his head now. Just like, what? You kids, what are you doing in there? And he
Muffin.
We got lost in the meat forest.
Muffin has just big, glazed, teary eyes, and
bloody
like still
nose.
blood coming out of her nose. And she's gonna look up and say, "Do you have a handkerchief I could use, Mister? My nose is bleeding."
Is he still holding on to me?
Oh yeah, he has shoved you under his armpit. And
Oh,
he
no.
kind of-
Perfect.
he grabs like Esther up in one arm and kind of the box of the Jack in the Box with the same hand, and then kind of grabs the scruff of Muffin
Hey.
and kind of like dragging you all off. No, you're coming with me. Now this is just not appropriate. This violates town laws. He kind of lists off a couple of laws. And,
You left the freezer door open.
oh, he like kind of kicks it back with his foot. He's kind of ranting like, "You should know better than to do this. This is not what you're supposed to do.
Where are your parents?
Where are your parents?"
That's what we're trying to. Will you find the parents?
He's not really listening right now. He's more talking. That being said, both of you, you don't have to take any harm because I don't think.
No, we do. We take a harm and an XP from
Oh,
this
is my
failed scoot
harm
away.
still here?
It
because
says
the
mark-
console was a partial success. Is my harm still here?
It is.
Okay, cool.
I will say, it says mark 1 relevant harm tag. I don't think this would have harmed you. I will say
Okay.
you can mark an XP.
Oh,
It's more
nice.
just you're being dragged off. And as you four are being dragged off by this very inconvenienced gentleman, you look around you for the first time and see a semi-clear glimpse of the town of Mayfield. And what you see is rows and
Anything
rows
good?
of houses with... What? What?
Anything good?
I'm describing it right now.
There was just an internet disconnect for me. So,
There was a little
Yeah,
delay
you
there.
lagged out hard.
Oh no.
so
What's
start
the last
over
thing
here
you
with the
heard?
description.
Okay, yeah, I'll just do
Yeah.
that.
Mhm.
For the first time, you're able to get your first glimpse of Mayfield. And you look out and you just see rows and rows of houses with white picket fences that are all kind of the same, very neatly trimmed green grass with very similar looking houses of, kind of varying colors from like cream to strawberry colored to like kind of a mint green. And it just kind of repeats over and over and over again. You see kind of some small children like playing with sticks, but not really super joyfully. It's kind of like, we have sticks. That's all we have. And you see kind of businessmen and women walking into houses and into businesses and strolling along the streets. No one really takes much notice of you. You can kind of tell anyone who interacts with the gentleman you're being carried away by is kind of more annoyed with him than you guys.
Yeah, this is ranting Steve.
This is this is just like, oh, this guy. This is the hall monitor at school who tells the teacher when you...
It's the
when you-
town hall monitor.
Yeah, it's like, oh, he didn't just use the restroom. He also got water. You got to get him in trouble. Like, it's, not a great guy. But that being said, you are making your way, or rather,
Downtown?
you are being transported towards a large building in the center of town that has kind of a not a steeple, but like a bell tower on top and a large
Oh.
gold bell.
Is it City Hall?
It does
Does
say
it have
City
a-
Hall.
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah.
The whole time while this guy is ranting, Muffin is like half crying, ranting back at him. Do you know where we can
I see
find a
another
doll?
opportunity to
And
cause
my nose
mischief.
is still bleeding. And then she just goes,
Yeah, if you would have caused mischief, I want to sense intention on this guy.
What does sense intention do again? Can
So
you
it
read
says
that
when
for me?
someone
seems pretty
attempts. I guess he's
straightforward
not trying to
in
manipulate me, so I can't do that.
apprehending
Never
us.
mind.
Yeah, he's.
Yeah, he's very straightforward. I'll do it to the
Yeah.
mayor.
It's not even super insidious. He's more just like, you broke statutes 95201, all of which are about not touching the meat.
The gosh dang me!
So,
That voice is perfect, by the way.
I have a great idea that I think is really funny way for Puddles to continue causing mischief.
Yes,
but
please.
at the
Okay.
same time, he is kind of just taking us where we want to go anyways.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the mischief is great. So do it.
Okay, so I assume with the way he's dressed up, I'm sure he's wearing like a just sort of patent leather belt.
Oh yeah,
Okay,
it's very much kind of like a very neat
very Andy Griffith.
rent a
is the vibe
cop
I'm getting.
uniform. Almost.
Yeah.
yeah,
got
so
it
He's
out of a
a
cereal box.
plastic sheriff's badge he's put on himself.
Yeah, it definitely has a like. Mm-hmm.
so Puddles is just going to like stretch his neck down. You know how a turtle like stretches their neck out.
Yes.
And he's just gonna
classic.
bite through his belt.
Can I give
roll a
can I like give
cause
him advantage
mischief check.
because I start kicking my legs
And I hope this works.
Yeah, this
and
is
like
definitely a
swinging
full
my
effect.
arms because I'm getting into pitching a fit.
I will say no because he's being restrained, but also the guy is
Can
looking
I
away.
still
So I think it's
pitch a
pretty.
fit for
A
the
straight
funny
check
visual?
is probably the way to go.
Sweet.
Okay.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, please do while he rolls.
That's an 11.
Oh my.
Ooh. Yeah. Tell me how this looks.
Things go according to plan. You create an advantage.
So while Muffins is causing a distraction, Puddles just kind of like stretches his neck around one way, stretches his neck around the other way, and he just like stretches down and just like bites through the dude's belt and just sort of like pulls it loose and throws it aside.
So his pants drop, and they're very like stereotypical like heart boxers, like with like white
Oh, you
boxers
have
with hearts
to.
all over. Oh yeah. And then he also has like those old fashioned like leg sock girders where they hold up his socks.
Garters,
Yeah.
yeah.
The garter.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
oh jeez.
He is even more perplexed, confused, and enraged. Does not cause any harm, but he is
Just
his volume has
psychological.
gone up. You do hear some giggles from behind you.
Of
You
course.
kind of yeah.
One of them is me.
Oh yeah.
Muffin will shake her fist and say, "That's just desserts." Ow, my nose.
You just wait till I show you to the mayor, and then you just hear a door
You just
open.
wait till I show you to the mayor. He's
I
gonna
say-
think
I say-
you're-
I say,
think
what
you're
is
gonna be so
going on here?
embarrassed.
And you just kind of see this bumbling guy in like a bowler hat
Yes.
and a very clean shaven, like red cheeked older gentleman.
Does he have a
This is-
cigar? Or a
Yeah. Yeah, he has a cigar. You know, honestly, it's more of a straw hat, like the old fashioned
okay.
straw hats.
Okay.
With kind of like in a summery suit. And he has a cane and a small pipe. And he says, I say, what is going on here, Donnie? And
He
Donnie's
lost
like,
his pants.
I can see that, but I asked Donnie. And Donnie's like, well, they ripped my pants off. They also were inside the storehouse. And and he starts like ranting. And after a moment,
Bad day, Donnie.
the big guy just kind of like puts his hand up like, all right, Donnie, calm down. Now, children, you know the rule. You can't go inside the storehouse. Now, why would you do that to poor Donnie? Donathan, put your pants back on.
Donathan.
Best reveal.
I am naming our firstborn
That's
Donathan.
the ultimate twist.
So good. Sorry, Donnie.
Male or female, Donathan is the name.
It fits no matter what the gender.
Yep. Donathan
Any,
is
If it's
the
a,
name
if it's
of
a
us
girl, you
all.
just spell it Dawnthan.
Oh, that's great. I love that.
There you go.
Jonathan.
But to respond to the mayor, has Muffin been released?
I'd say he still kind of has your gruff.
So he's not pulling his
While he
pants
pulls
back
up his pants with the other hand.
I think he
Who
definitely.
is he putting down to
Where's
pull
the
up his
priority
pants?
for pants? He's got to
Yeah, I
prioritize
feel like
the
Yeah,
pants
his arms
somewhere
are
here.
full.
I feel like he
A
probably let
turtle
you
and a
go.
baby couldn't get away fast.
He doesn't drop the baby
Muffin's not
to
running
put up
anyway.
his pants.
That's
like,
good.
Yeah.
Muffin
it's-
probably would take the baby.
Yeah, you can just snag Esther.
Yeah, I feel like.
I think
Just hold out your arms like, yeah, pull your pants up, give me the baby.
Muffin still has one harm, so I don't think she's doing a very good job at thinking about other people.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah. So she's going to turn to the mayor and she's going to say, well, we didn't follow the rules because we didn't know the rules.
Are you
We're
trying to
not
be
from
honest
here.
or get yourself out of trouble?
Yeah, she's
Oh.
just sad.
Then please
Yes.
roll talk
She's
it
like,
out.
why am I in trouble? I got hurt. I want a hug and an ice pack, please.
But not from
While
you.
all this is going on, like Donnie's trying to pull up his pants. Puddles is just like now on the ground. He just looks up at him and just gives him the slow like 1-2 blink.
So right now, Rebecca or Muffins is rolling the talk it out, which
Okay,
says
okay.
when you hesitate out of anxiety, anger, or another emotional reason, voice your concerns and roll plus mush.
Plus much.
Yeah, mush is 0, so we got a 7.
Okay, so you get to choose one. Another player steps up to calm or motivate you. Choose who. They gain +1 friendship towards you, or you convince the group to pursue multiple plans +1 wish. And I will say you can kind of make that double one. If you want to kind of steer that towards the mayor, I will allow that.
You know what? With wish being mentioned, I do have a wish. So instead, if I may, if it's not too late, I would like to expend one of my 2 wishes to make this go my way. May I?
Ooh.
Absolutely. So, how does she make the wish, and then what does the wish do?
She
A creepy seagull's just like flying above you, just singing in a kind of a rough baritone.
when you're fast asleep.
Just full on Robert Goulet, like a dream is a wish. Oh, come on, people! Just like snapping.
I'm imagining Will Ferrell as Robert Goulet
Oh,
gosh.
please.
on Saturday Night Live.
Yes.
So normally Muffin out here in the Maywood is taking care of herself. She's independent, she's rough and tumble, but she's never dealt with ice and just doesn't usually get hurt. So right now, much more of the child in the woods child is coming out, and I think she very much looks the part as she stands there looking like scolded and just like wipes her nose and spreads blood over her upper lip, and she holds the little jester hat that's all bloody now. A little tear goes down her cheek and she just looks up. And she's just pitiful. How could you not help a little girl who's just this pitiful?
Your name's Donathan and you're heartless.
Okay. So, you're changing your result. So when you make a wish in this game, it's basically an automatic success or automatic whatever you want it to be. I guess you could change your own result from a success
Automatic
to a
failure.
Yeah. I'm guessing you just chose to succeed. Am I correct?
Yes, I would like to fully succeed, so I talk myself out of the problem.
Yes. So remove
Wait, no.
one harm from yourself, if possible.
Was
which
this
you
a talk
can.
it out?
Yeah. So on a
Okay,
10.
cool. And I
On a
had
10.
one harm that I wanted to get rid of.
Yeah. And so you kind of regained your composure a little bit. And the mayor kind of just, says, oh, my poor little child. What? Well, Deputy Donnie, why would you do this to this poor child who just tried to find their way? And Donnie's like, but I... And the mayor is like, kind of puts his hand up. Now go back and watch the freezer door. And Donnie kind of walks off like, pfft.
And go get yourself a new belt
I
while you're at
imagine
it.
him just like elbows out, holding his pants up as he goes.
Oh yeah, for sure. He actually kind of ties a little knot with the belt. You can tell it's probably happened before.
Oof.
That being said, he says, Now, children, you shouldn't mess with our storehouses. That's how we get all of our meat, all of our food."
Okay, we won't mess with it again, Mr. Mayor.
Yes. Now, you said you lost your parents, or this little girl lost her parents?
Yeah, I don't have any parents, but this is Esther. And she'll hold up Esther. And she'll say, "We're looking for her mommy and poppy."
Oh, okay. Well, I've not heard of any missing children, but I say Well, you know what my father, Mr. Mayor, always said to me?
Wow.
Was, "Where do all children belong?"
The
In
orphanage.
school. And so,
There's a dun dun dun,
Yeah.
like close up on Muffin, who goes, "No."
Not the school.
Not school.
And then just a blink from
But-
Puddles.
But it's summertime.
well, of course it is. Now, you're very smart, but did you know there's summer school?
Dun, dun, dun.
It's just the like the siren thing from Kill Bill.
Do, 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 do.
Cut to, you're all in kind of this dimly lit classroom.
In shorts and white polos.
Yes,
Puddles has
3 different desks.
Puddles has shorts and a white polo like over his aloha shirt.
Yes.
And he's like put in a little so the way the room is set up, you're in like a very typical 50s or 60s classroom.
Oh, yeah.
Just like the desk that you can kind of like open up, and
There's no
rulers
there's no grade splits. It's all the same room. Yeah.
yeah, it's probably a little bit beyond that, but think like like any 50s sitcom, what their school setup was like. It's that. It's not like Little House on the Prairie farmhouse where it's
Okay.
a shed, but it's a little bit
8
better
American
than that.
flags in each corner.
Yeah. And then there's like a little is it aquarium or terrarium in the back?
Yeah.
Terrarium,
That-
yeah.
Terrarium, and that's where Puddles has been placed.
Oh.
And then
Also-
there's like
Is
the
he still
little-
in the polo?
yeah. And
Am I just on a shelf?
yeah, you're just on a shelf somewhere, like with like a higher than any kid can reach, just with a little sign that says toys or not toys but contraband.
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 Items. Oh,
Yeah.
worse.
And
I've always wanted
Yeah.
to be contraband.
you look up and the teacher
And me and Esther are just at a desk.
Oh yeah, for sure. Like she's at a desk and like you can tell they've really tried hard to make her like sit up and it's just not working. So she's kind
She's
of
like draped over.
yeah, she's draped over a chair. And you have kind of lined paper in front of you with a sharpened number 2 pencil, and there's a teacher at the front who says, "Now, children, you're here because you didn't learn well during the year. So you need to learn again. And so we're going to start with spelling.
Spelling?
Spelling. The first word is B." He kind of takes out some chalk. B. B.
A.
E.
A.
E. Please write it down. And as you do so, you stare around and see kind of other juvenile delinquents who are in the room. Some have fallen asleep. Some are like blowing spitballs. But overall, not a great place to be. And we'll see what happens to our heroes
Yeah, welcome to jail.
next time.
It's kid jail.
It's time
We're
for a
in kid jail.
jailbreak episode, baby.
Heck yes.
Baby.
Baby. So good.